Okay, so that is the first breath work that we're looking at today. The second one that we're going to look at is called Kapalabhati Pranayama. Okay, now this is translated roughly as the Bellows breath, and the Bellows being, a bit of an outdated thing. I don't think younger generations will have any clue what a bellows is, and to be honest, I only know because of the film Mary Poppins, I think, for some reason. Anyway, the bellows is those old things where you would squeeze them to push air into a fire. So you would pump the bellows, and it pushes air into the fire, which stokes the energy and causes the fire to really flare up and has more fuel for the fire, right? And so this is, in principle, what we're trying to do with our body. We have a internal fire, internal energy of heat, of fire, that is regarded as being centered in the sort of solar plexus area. So those of you who know your chakras, this would be the Manipura chakra. And so this energy here, which is the center of our fire, our confidence, our willpower, our strength, this is the center that we're trying to bring more energy into, to really get ourselves powered up for the day. Now, it is a bit of a practice that will need a lot of practice to get the hang of, as it requires using your muscles in a way that perhaps many of you will never have experienced before, as it very much involves breathing from the belly. So this area here, we are going to use our abdominals. And so so this is my sort of stomach. These are my abdominals, okay? And I'm pulling my muscles into the spine, and that's going to pull my belly button in towards the spine like this, and that's going to force pressure on the diaphragm. It's going to push on the diaphragm, release the diaphragm, push on the diaphragm, release the diaphragm. And so that's sort of the bellows action. And so the way that we do this breath work is we take a deep breath in, complete exhale. We then inhale just half of a breath, so a little breath, and then we pump using the stomach. So I'm, as quick as I can, pulling my belly button in towards my spine, and that's pushing my diaphragm, forcing the half breath out through my nose. And obviously when I release my abdominals, it pulls the half breath back in. So I'm not sure if you can actually hear that on the microphone. Hopefully you can, but you'll be able to hear my breath coming out through the nose. So that is the way to do Kapalabhati Pranayama. Now, obviously, for those of you who this is a new practice to, using your core muscles, your abdominals in this way might be a bit of a struggle, might be a bit new to you. And so as we do this practice, if you find that sort of sustaining this practice in that way is not available to you at this moment, then the way to do this breath work will be to inhale. You'll have to inhale through the nose and then squeeze the belly to get used to using these muscles to squeeze the breath out of the lungs. So again, not sure if you can hear that on the microphone, but hopefully you can. Okay, so 2 ways of doing this practice, okay? Now we're going to do this breath work together for 108 rounds. I know that sounds like a lot, but actually it goes very quickly because it's a very quick. Okay, now I will do it a bit slower, just to sort of help everybody, maybe with your first time practicing this. But just quickly before we begin, if anybody has any questions, then please do drop a comment down below, and obviously I can just quickly respond to you before I crack on with the practice. So Rob has said this looks very interesting, and Belinda says tuning in from Bridgeport, Dorset. I think I'm saying that correctly. Well, welcome. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. And yes, I'm not seeing anyone questioning the Kapalabhati Pranayama, so we'll give it a go. If it doesn't really make sense, then again, drop a comment and I can respond to it once we've done the rounds together. Again, this is out of the breathworks today, the more sort of unique, bizarre practice, and definitely the one that will require the most training to get the hang of completely. Okay, so we'll do it together, and then we'll come to one final breath work. Okay. So Sam has just said, are you sucking in when breathing in or out? So, okay, so let me explain again. So you've got half the breath in your lungs, okay? So there's a little bit of breath in the lungs. You use your muscles to pull the belly button in towards the spine. That forces the breath out of your lungs, and then you release your abdominals, and it pulls the half breath back in. So you're not breathing through the nose, as in like how you would normally breathe. The control of the breath is not anywhere but from here. So purely from the belly, from the stomach. So it's all controlled by the stomach, by the abdominals, okay? And that is where we control the breath. So again, yes, it might take a little bit of getting used to, but we'll give it a go anyway. And yeah, hopefully you can hear what's actually happening to my breath as I'm doing this, but we'll do it together. So best way is to sit long through the spine. So sitting up long through the spine. We're then going to take a deep breath in together, a deep exhale. We're then breathing in half a breath and then pumping the stomach. Deep breath in, total exhale, and then just hold your breath, hold the exhale, hold the lungs empty, and just observe how that breath work has made you feel. And then when you're ready, coming back into your breathing, normal breathing, natural breaths. Okay, so if you manage that breath work successfully, you should have really felt, your stomach, your abdominals, your core muscles, you should have really sort of felt an energy there. So for me, it was, I could feel the heat, the warmth. Obviously, as you're using those energies, they're activating, they're firing, the energy's pumping through them. Bit of a core workout, bit of an abdominal workout. You can sort of, when you do this for long enough, you can really feel the work happening in the stomach. But I find that after this breath work, I feel a lot more alert, a lot more awake. I feel a lot more kind of, like my eyes are maybe a little bit more glittery, I'm a bit more bright-eyed. So this is actually one of my favorite breath works, out of all the practices that I know. This Kapalabhati Pranayama, the Bellows breath, is definitely one that I like to include regularly, especially in my mornings. If I've sort of, for people that maybe you struggle to get out of bed, or you get out of bed and you need a coffee to get going, then you could replace the coffee with this breath work. You can get out of bed a couple of minutes, 108 rounds goes pretty quickly. You do the breath work, and suddenly you're just feeling a lot more alert and with it, and a lot more energized. So yeah, a personal favorite of mine. Now we're going to come to one more breath work today, third and final. So this breath work, this is known as Brahmari Pranayama. You may have noticed that all three of these practices are called something pranayama. And prana, again, this is the energy of the life force. And the yama, that basically means control. So it's controlling your energy, controlling your life force. That is what pranayama means. And all pranayamas are a breath work of some kind. Denise has just commented saying she likes this, but not sure how we're going to count as well to start. Yes, so I always should probably explain that as well. So when I do the Kapalabhati pranayama, the one we've just done with the Bellows breath, I count 10 and I use my fingers. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, I just keep going. 10, 10, 10, that's 50. 10, 10, 10, that's 100. And then I just do another 8 on the end. But yeah, it's not. There's reasons for 108 sort of being the number of yoga. It's an auspicious number, a very sort of sacred number. It's regarded as sort of an integral number to yoga, which is a whole other philosophy of things, which I don't really have the time to go into now. But it's not important that you do 108 rounds. It's really, especially in these early days, in these early days of practicing this new breath work, very much just do what you can. Just do as many as you can. You're going to find that it's quite a workout on your abdominals. So I would recommend doing it until you really feel, that you're struggling to continue using these muscles in this way, and then just push a little bit more, and just, each time add a few more pumps, push through that sort of the burn every time a little bit more. So thanks, Denise. Thank you. Yeah, that was good point. Good comment.